Hey everybody, welcome back. We've got a lot of little activities going on today, and by the end of this video we'll have some great progress. So let's get started. Okay, let's see. Best way. Okay, we had a lot of discussion last week about water, and so I'm going to spend just a few minutes on the water situation here on the build. If you're a new viewer jumping in, we're building our house here on this mountainside, very steep mountain area in Shimoda, and we're in the middle of building the foundation. Okay, I want to start down here where the second floor foundation slab meets the vertical 2-meter wall that will go up and become the back of the house. Now, this is the area where I and many viewers are concerned about water, right? And so I'm just going to walk you through my thinking on it. My thinking may not be 100% correct, and I know there's a ton of you out there who are going to have opinions on this. That's okay too. I just want to walk you through what I'm thinking. So there are two areas that I want to protect this against water intrusion into the house. The first area is against the raw rock, okay? When we pour the concrete, we're going to pour it right up to the rock, okay? There's going to be no back form at this level, okay? So there's going to be a front form right here running all the way down the length of this 2x4. And there's going to be no back form this low, okay? The back form will start at about the 3-foot height and continue up to the top of the wall. And you'll see that in probably before the end of this video. So the first area where we are trying to protect against water intrusion is at this rock level. And this is a rather porous rock. It's a, I'll put the name of it down below. I can't remember what the architect called it before, but there can be a form of seepage or at least moisture through coming out of this rock and then therefore into the concrete. So what we're doing is, to avoid that happening, we're going to seal this rock. Now, of course, the very first concern is if the water is coming through the rock and you seal it, where's it going to go? I mean, my idea is that it's not enough to present a problem. We're talking about essentially solid rock. There is going to be no visible pouring water coming out of the rock. It's going to be moisture essentially. So I think there's going to be not enough for it to ever create a problem if we seal the rock. Okay, so that's the first thing. In addition to sealing the rock with the chemical spray, which is what IME is doing right now, before we pour, we're going to drape a 6 mil plastic sheet down the side, and we'll probably double it up, so it'll be a 12 mil plastic sheet. So we'll have the plastic sheet against the rock here, and we'll pour the concrete between the rebar and the plastic sheet. Okay, now this is what's going to happen at the bottom, and this is designed to prevent moisture intrusion from the rock directly into the concrete. Okay, that's one. The second area where we're thinking about the possibility of water intrusion is from the mountain itself and from rain. Okay, on this part of the mountain, there isn't a lot of runoff from the rain. In fact, there's very, very little runoff. I've been watching it for 4 years, and I know where the runoff occurs on the mountain. And on this part of it, at the top of the mountain breaks to the left and to the right, not to the front. So we get runoff over there, closer to the tiny house, but that means the water's flowing down this side of the slope, not the front of the slope right here. You know, people are concerned that there's going to be a lot of water cascading down this mountain face and then hitting the back wall and somehow seeping into the house. And I think that's just not going to happen. First, there's not enough water back there ever cascading down, and we're going to have the concrete is going to be sloped upward at the back where it meets the face of the rock itself. So there's going to be no way for the water to come into the house. Also, we're probably going to slope from the high point. This rock here represents the highest point at the back of this wall. So probably we're going to slope the back concrete all the way down, so that if any water does come down the mountain, from here it'll flow camera left and camera right. Okay, Amy's doing a fantastic job with the sealant, and we luckily discovered that it's thin enough that we can use a spray rather than the brushes that they had the instructions tell you to use. That, folks, is a Japanese Mukade, one of the most dangerous insects that we have around here. They are highly poisonous. They travel in pairs. They bite you and they fall on your face when you're sleeping. They're nasty creatures. So these are the form ties, and then we have more here, of course. Okay, while I'm up top working on the kicker and the 2x4s that are nailed into the concrete, Amy's down here sorting out our pecan, our plastic connectors, form ties, and separators. We bought the separators new, but we've got the pecan and the form ties from before, and we've just got to separate them into their correct sizes and count them to make sure we've got enough. Hold it tight. Can you set yours on the ground for a second? Go down. Okay. About the height of the highest rock. There. Okay. Then that means the concrete also is going to pour to the line, right? Okay. So this one is going to go right to the end. About like that, hey? Donuts. One. Right at the end. So we want it, he said, we come in 150. Put it against this. Okay, so 15 in takes us to, this is 25. Okay, we've been spending a few minutes doing some calculations. We don't want to hit any rebar. When we did the previous forms, we hit a lot of rebar, so we had to move the separators all around the place. And moving the separators causes a lot of problems when you're trying to align them from the front form to the back form. But also worse than that is the separators, the outside of the separators is called the form tie. And that's where you hook up all the galvanized pipe to really bring the strength into the wall. And if your holes are all over the place because you're moving the hole to miss the rebar, then your galvanized pipe isn't aligned and it's a mess. And we made that mess in the first one. So this one we've decided the height that will always hit the open space between the two horizontal rebar. We're going to go at 30, 70, 130, and 190 from the bottom all the way up. We've got our plumbing contractor here today, and he is just putting in some pipes that have to be in the concrete wall themselves. We sent him the drawings last week for the tentative layout for the bathing area, the toilet, the shower, and the clothes washing machine, the laundry room. And so he's working on that for a couple of hours this morning. He's a local guy, lives just right down the hill, less than 5 minutes from here. Okay, now stick him in. Actually, you should be sticking it in like one tie on. Okay, how's that look? Touching rebar anywhere? Hold it. Hold it. Okay, hold the other one. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Now we're practical level. Hold on. Wait, does it have to go to me? Okay, well that's not bad. I was worried that this back form is hitting the mountain. And actually it is. See where that rock is coming out? Yep. So space is supposed to be between these two, right? It's a 3. Good girl. Mommy knows how to keep you out of the welding area, doesn't she? What a smart mommy. What a good girl, Bee-chan.
I don't know how strong.
Yes. Good girl. You come over here. Come over here. Yeah, good girl. So this is what it's going to look like when the front form is on. The back form will be starting from about here. And so down here, there's nothing holding the front form in except this 2x4 at the bottom. And I don't trust the screws that I put in to hold it in. So I want to weld those separators right there. There's two of them. I want to weld them to the rebar down here at the bottom. So as I said, I've only held these in my hand once, and that was in shop class in grade 11. So let me just muck around here for a little while and see if I can get things sorted, give it a try with some couple of scrap pieces of metal, and then move forward. And if you all think, well, all you got to do is read the instructions, they're all in Japanese. One stick. This is my first welding job as an adult, and it worked. These things are stuck together. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, for example, this is going to be sitting right here. Okay, for example, this is going to be sitting right here. Okay, so if the rain holds off, with two of the panels, two of the sections done, I'm going to work on mass production. I've got the template, of course, from the ones that are done. I'm just going to use it instead of measuring and marking. I'm just going to use the template and mark and cut to the template. Okay, so at the end of the day, we got half done. I've got 6 panels up and we have 12 to do, 12 and just a little bit to do. The backs are right here beside me for each of the 6 front panels, and I'm kind of thinking about how to deal with them. The holes are drilled and everything, got to hang them. I think probably what I'll do is I'll hang them all, snap a line for the bottom, okay, take them off, cut the bottom, and then rehang them. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'm beat. My brain's tired. The calculations are fairly straightforward. There's no real, drama in there's no real mental drama here, but I'm just beat from all of this thinking and thinking and thinking. I've made several mistakes, transposing the plywood and then drilling the holes in the wrong place because I'm looking at it left to right when I should be looking at it right to left, that kind of stuff. So we did get a lot done today, a lot of little stuff, some big stuff, half of the big stuff. The welding was a big thing. First timer really to do any work with a welder, and I need it. It's absolutely critical in my mind to secure these forms for the pour. I bought it on Amazon. It was about $300, and I've had it in my back room for the last 2 months, I guess. Finally got a chance to use it. But a new skill, a new tool in the tool belt. So I'm really excited about it. Making steel stick together. I'm gonna use that welder going forward. Not right away, but not right away beyond what I'm doing here, but I've got some projects in the back of my mind. So really glad to have done the welding today and succeeded in that little bit. So anyway, enough chatter. Thanks for hanging around. We'll see you soon.